Okay guys, so enough of a moment of quietness. Right, I want to show you this thing as well. We're at a place called Crystal Palace right now. This is where I brought you today. It's just up the road from me. It's about 15-minute bus ride, roughly, so thereabouts. So yeah, this is a sort of transmitting tower. I think it might be sort of obviously cell phones and, well, these days cell phones, but also I think it's a TV, radio and TV mast thing. So I think TV gets broadcast from there as well, and what have you. Anyway, as you can see, we're on a massive big hill. You see, this is called Crystal Palace, and over in the distance where we were just looking, somewhere, I'm not sure exactly which direction, will take you to Bromley South. And I did a video once in Bromley South, on the hill that they've got there, sort of slightly smaller, but in the distance you can see that tower. You can see that tower in the distance on my video. So anyway, yeah, so I thought I'll bring you here today because I have been to Crystal Palace, but about once or twice, and I've been through it loads of times in a car, on buses and what have you. So I've been through the place loads of times, but I've never actually explored it. So again, even though I've been here a couple of times before, and it's not a million miles away from where I live, you know, I thought let's go and explore it, because I just got fed up going to the same old places. You know, I do like a bit of an adventure, and I do like exploring. I like to explore new places. I just enjoy it. I enjoy the whole experience. You know, sort of slightly not knowing where I am and discovering stuff, you know, that sense of discovery and what have you. Right, so let's have a little walk down here. Like I say, I've never been down this bit before, and all the times I've passed through this place, and I did stop in the town centre once, a good few years ago now, must be at least 6 years ago, I think, give or take. But yeah, so I've stopped off in the town once to do a convention there, like I say, a good few years ago now, but I've never actually been down this bit. There's the transmitting tower thing. We might try and go a bit closer to that in a bit. We'll see how we get on. Right, now one of the reasons, well, I say one of the reasons, the thing is there's supposed to be some sort of like hall or something, or some sort of like, I don't know what it is actually, to be quite honest. Because if you look at all this stonework and stuff, and where we're walking, it's like this used to be some sort of old grand house or something, years and years ago. But I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, so let's have a little wander. I don't know which way to go, to be quite honest. Do we go this way? Because it's all so massive. No, let's go this way, I think. Let's have a little walk this way first. Right. No idea where this is going to lead us to. Look at that view. Quite an amazing view. Kind of reminds me of home a little bit. You know, back in Manchester where we've got lots of hills and mountains. Well, when I say mountains, I don't mean like Everest type mountains. I mean, you know, really, really big hills that look like mountains and feel like mountains when you climb them. But it kind of reminds me of that a little bit because, you know, for most part, down south where I am, London and all around there, Kent and all those sort of outlying areas around the bottom end of England, you know, the thing is that most of it, not all of it, but most of it's flat. You know, the land is basically flat. There isn't any big major hills or mountainous regions, as it were, except for a few places like this, you see. And so it kind of reminds me of home a little bit when I come to places like this, because, you know, there's parts of Manchester you can go, like Lee and Oldham, and a few other places like that, Bolton, Rochdale. That's all around near the Pennines, you see, which they call the backbone of England, sort of thing. It kind of, you know, because you got it runs right across. I think it goes across the width of the country. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I thought about or looked at any of that. But anyway, like I say, that's kind of what it reminds me of, because that's what you kind of get in those sort of places, views like this at certain places. But like I say, London and the south generally, you don't get it that much, not as much as you do in places like, like I just mentioned, Bolton, Bury, Rochdale, Manchester. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Right, so I have no idea where we're going to go, or if there's anything really of interest. Well, I'm sure there's something of interest, I'm sure. Like I say, I mean, look at this big pile of stones here, for instance. No idea what they may have been at one time, but it just makes you wonder why there's a huge big pile of stones here, and it looks like stone as opposed to concrete. No, it's definitely stone, isn't it? That's not concrete. That's definitely not concrete. I don't know what kind of stone it is. Looks like, I don't know, granite? Could be granite. Kind of looks granite-y. Granite-y, I think. Not sure. Could be granite. But anyway, it's not concrete, but yeah, just... I know some people might think, well, pile of stones, what's so interesting about that? Well, I don't know. I'm just curious as to why it's all there, and where did it come from, and what was it? Like I said to you, my head is like that. It'll ask all sorts of... Sometimes you could argue inane questions, pointless and frivolous and whatever sort of thing, but it's just the way my head works. Always curious about things. Very inquiring mind. Oh look, Crystal Palace Museum. Yeah, see, it's got a museum I didn't even know about. It's quite a big area as well. Like I say, I've never been here before. This is, again, it's something that's virtually on my doorstep, and something that I've never, what's the name? Like, never explored. Look at this. You see this? This is a weighing machine for trucks. The big wagons or whatever. Big, what's this? Would come on it and they'd weigh the truck. It's a big weighing machine for vehicles. That's interesting. I wonder why that's there. Oh look, and there's another sort of type weighing machine type thing. Look, don't know what that is. Never seen one of them before. There's scales, isn't it? It's like some sort of set of scales type thing. Yeah. Not sure what that would have been for. It obviously looks like a set of scales or something. There's something like you hook something on the end of there, I presume, and then perhaps this is the balance maybe. Oh look, it slides as well. Didn't expect that. I thought it'd be like stuck. Didn't expect it to move. Look, so you slide that, and I presume, yeah. Oh, hang on, it's a sort of measurement thing as well. There's like some sort of ruler or something on there. Don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, look, you sort of slide it along. Oh look, and it's got like, you see, I don't know, look. Oh wow. Oh, I see. And you just, oh, that's interesting. Wow. Alright, right. No idea what it's for exactly. And you see, because it's got like this counterbalance thing on the end here, you see, and I just suspect it's some sort of weight type thing. Weight and measurement machine. So, yeah, okay. I'm not sure if we'll go in the museum. It doesn't look as though it's open, but it might be, but I don't know. It says on the door, just push, but I don't know, to be quite honest. I don't know. We'll maybe go that way in a minute, but I'm not sure, to be quite honest. Because like I say, we're completely... we're exploring this vicariously. Well, you guys are exploring it vicariously, and I'm just like, well, no, we're both exploring it vicariously. Now, this is some sort of, obviously, dump area where they dump all the compost and stuff. I was just curious about this statue over here. See, that's what's drawn me in. You can see this headless statue over there, which I found fascinating. I think, like, wow, look at that. What is that? I'll go and have a nosy. I mean, I don't know, strictly speaking, if I'm supposed to walk into here or not, to be quite honest. I got a kind of feeling that perhaps I was not supposed to, perhaps, but I thought, well, the gate's wide open, I'm not doing any real harm as such, I'm just curious, and I was just curious about this statue, this headless statue. Have you seen this, guys? Look at that. Look, there's some sort of headless statue thing. I'm not sure what that's there for, or what if it was there for a reason, or part of something. Interesting. And of course, you see, the other thing is, what I'm thinking about is one day I want to do a, what do you call it, an abandoned building thing. Let me have a little nose here a minute. I'm not going to go too far because, like I say, I don't want to get into any bother or whatever. But I'm just, like I say, I'm curious because, and also I don't fancy traipsing through a load of flipping stingy nails. Stingy nails? Stingy. What do you call them again? Oh, for crying out loud! Brain's gone. Stingy nettles. That was it. That's what I was trying to think of. So, you know, I don't really fancy traipsing through, and it's all wet and muddy. I don't know. I'll tell you what. We'll go to the end of here, and then we'll see what we see, and then we'll come back. Look, a load of deck chairs in there. So anyway, right. Let's have a look. Let's have a little nosy. Ooh, gold. Yeah. Oh. Dear. Right. Oh, look. There's a bench here. Right, okay. So I'm not sure what this is, to be quite honest. I'll tell you what, we've come this far, we might as well go a bit further, eh? So, right, I'm just on this, it just seems to be like a bit of a waste ground type thing, but there's an odd thing sticking up out. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I don't know what it is, and I'm not sure what it's made out of. Hang on, there's something else over there as well. I can't quite work this out, hang on. But it's also very overgrown. There's no way I'm going through that. I'm sorry, but that is definitely, I am not going through all those. That's bramble. You know, wild, what do you call it? Not strawberries. Oh, gold. I don't know, raspberries? Blackberries? But yeah, bramble essentially. So I'm not going to go traipsing all the way through there, but just curious, can you see that thing there? Wonder what that is. That's fascinating. Oh well, right. Let's go back. Because like I say, I'm definitely not going through all that. I wonder if we can get through this way a bit. I mean, I don't know if it's any easier or not, but let's go this way. Oh yeah, well, might be a little bit simpler to go this way. See, at some point, I guess what we'll do is we'll go through there. But this is blocked off at the moment. And again, I'm you know, at this time of my life, I can't do what I did when I was a youngster and climb over things and clamber through things. You know, I'm 50 years of age, for crying out loud. I smoke way too much, I'm overweight. I can't go clambering about stuff. Oh, actually, I don't think we can get through here. Yeah. Wait, hang on. I think that's as far as we can go with them things in the way, so I'm going to have to go double back on myself again. No, I thought that would be an easier way through. No, never mind. Right, so we'll just have to go back round that way. Right, okay, so I'm thinking, I'm trying to sort of make sure that these vlogs don't go on too long and don't get too boring. And I'm also trying to think, how can I make them a bit more interesting for people, do you know what I mean? And for myself, to be quite honest, do you know what I mean? So, but like, just, like, you know, just doing a continual monologue as I'm going through stuff and what have you. So, but then what I could do is then edit them and put them together as one long vlog, or video, whatever. Right, okay, that's not too bad. It's not too muddy or dirty. Just don't feel like getting too messed up, basically. Right, okay, so let's walk back through here. Like I say, I just thought that might be a little bit interesting, and at some point I would like to try and do an abandoned building or abandoned place or some sort of place of interest, like, you know. So, okay. Yeah, also, I'd like to mention, I got a new subscriber the other day. Forgotten his name off the top of my head, I'm afraid. They don't always stay with me, names. It takes me ages to remember people's names, and like I say, obviously it's his handle. I don't think it's his actual name. I don't think so, anyway. I'm fairly certain it isn't. Anyway, the thing is that this person commented on one of the videos I did at the Pop Brixton, and it's a video where I'm talking to one of the girls at the like the ice cream thing where they make the little individual ice cream things, and his comment was, you know, really enjoyed it, blah blah blah, something about really liked your visual honesty. So at first when I read that, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, that's nice, thanks, cheers, you know, that's great. Now I might be wrong on this, but I then went to watch the video. I do that sometimes, you know, somebody will make a comment about a video, and you know, I might be curious about what they're talking about, or you know, I just want to refresh my memory about the video or whatever, so I'll go back and watch the video, you know, just so I can get a sense of like, you know, see if I can see it through their eyes, if you like, and sort of get a sense of like, was that a good video or whatever. Anyway, so thing is, as I'm watching it, I'm now starting to wonder whether when he said I you know, enjoy your visual honesty, because inadvertently, and honestly, this, hand on heart, this is absolutely gospel truth, I didn't intend to film it the way I did. There was a big sort of what's name in front of me with ice cream things on it and what have you, and it was kind of a bit blocking my view of the person in front of me slightly, and I was very self-conscious of filming her, because unless I actually ask people's permission or actually explain, look, this is for my YouTube channel, blah 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 blah, I feel a little bit uncomfortable if I'm going to get in a conversation, because like, for instance, the lady the other day when I was at the stables, and I'm filming her at that point as we're having a discussion, she called, you know, she kind of, you know, well, she almost kind of called me over, and we're chatting about the horse stables and the horses and what they're doing and all the rest of it, and at first I've got the camera on her, yeah, and again I still felt a bit uncomfortable about it, but still, anyway, then she realised that, you know, what's then she said like, oh, are you filming? And I says like, yeah. I said, do you mind? Do you want to be? She says, no, I'd rather not. And I thought, okay, fair enough. So I turned the camera away. We continued the conversation, but I just turned the camera away from her. So the thing is that, so some people, like I say, some people, they don't really want to be on camera. They don't like to be filmed unless they give their permission necessarily. Now I know out in a public place, you know, and I know that some YouTubers, you know, they go and speak to people in the street and they film them, and you know, sometimes some people do have a bit of an issue with it, but hey, they're in public and essentially you're entitled to film, do you know what I mean? So, and you don't necessarily have to ask the person's permission. But, you know, the thing is that, and I'm sure there'll be situations where I might find myself in that situation, whatever. But in that instance, as I said, I felt uncomfortable about just sticking the camera in her face without explaining myself and without getting her permission necessarily, sort of thing. It just didn't feel right somehow, you know, a slight invasion of privacy, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. Just didn't sit well. So that's why I pulled the camera back down again, sort of thing, and inadvertently it's filming a particular region of her body. And I swear it was completely unintentional. I had, you know, I didn't even, because sometimes when the thing is, when you're holding this camera, right, and you know, the lens of the camera, unless I'm obviously pointing at my face, the lens of the camera isn't necessarily where where my eyes are, at the same level as my eyes. So where I'm looking, I might think the camera's looking in that direction. Say for instance this Sphinx here, for instance, right, now unless I hold the camera exactly at my eye level, and even then, to be quite honest, I'm not even sure 100%. I'm looking at the Sphinxy thing. Now I don't know if in the camera you guys can actually see it. Actually, I need to turn the screen round again just for a minute so I can see what I'm talking about. Right, okay, yeah, so you can see it, but you can only see the sort of, if I was to hold that round about my eye level, then you guys can only see you can't see the bottom. I can see the whole of it. I can see much further than this lens of the camera can see. So basically what I'm saying is that I didn't really realise until obviously I put it up on my channel, and then afterwards when I put it up and I noticed it then, I did, and I'm like, it did make me feel a bit uncomfortable. Then I thought, well, hopefully people will understand and realise that, you know, it wasn't necessarily I was gratuitously filming her you know, her boobs, shall we say. That wasn't the intention, let's say. So this is, anyway, this is that's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if this person who's just subscribed and left that comment, I'm just wondering if they thought I was just kind of like, I just want to film her boobs. Did you know what I mean? I don't know whether that's what they meant or not by visual honesty. And if you did, I'll speak to the person, if you meant that, that's fine, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I'm not criticising, I'm not having a go or anything, I was just curious, you know what I mean? Because, like I say, I honestly didn't intend that at all, you know what I mean? It was just purely because I wasn't sure that she actually wanted to be filmed at that point, do you know what I mean? So, like I say, you know, I pulled the camera down because I felt like, oh God, I'm right in the face, and I had to hold the camera quite high up, like I say, because of that little shelf that's in the way there. You know, it's got like this shelf that's in the way, and it was even making it difficult to have eye-to-eye contact with her anyway because of the flipping shelf in the way. So anyway, like I say, suffice to say that it was purely unintentional, and if it comes across as anything else, then I'm really sorry about that. And to the lady herself, who was a Scottish lady, I believe, to the lady herself, if you do ever see that video, please believe me, that was completely unintentional. I had no whatsoever about filming your boobs. I really didn't. It wasn't, but it does look like that, I'll grant you. I absolutely give you that. The thing is that I do at one point the camera at her face, and as I say, I'm holding it quite high to get over this shelf thing that's in the way, and then like I said, I became self-conscious myself. I became self-conscious that I was like pointing the camera in her face. I hadn't really asked permission. I hadn't really told her anything about what I was doing necessarily. Now obviously it's obvious that I'm filming her, do you know what I mean? And she didn't say anything. She didn't say, oh no, don't, please don't film me or whatever. If she had done, then I would have turned the camera away, definitely. But I still felt uncomfortable doing that, do you know what I mean? It just didn't sit right, do you know what I mean? So I pulled the camera back down again, as I say, because like I was trying not to be intrusive. The trouble is, obviously, I'm trying not to be intrusive, and inadvertently, maybe I've been intrusive in a different way. Do you know what I mean? Not intending to. Oh dear. I feel quite embarrassed by that now, to be quite honest, if that's what that person meant. Oh dear. So, anyway, right, enough of all that. I've waffled on probably for the last 10 minutes about that now. So look at this, guys, look, let's get back to the original vlog, shall we? So yeah, look, it's lot of like hieroglyphics on it. Obviously it's not an original, obviously, but it's pretty cool though. Like it. Like Sphinx, eh? Look at this little Sphinx. How cool is this guy, eh? Way. Love it. Wow. That is super cool, man. I do like the Sphinx. I like the original, you know, the one that's in Egypt. I love all this sort of stuff. It's so cool. And then obviously there's another one over there, so there's a pair of them. There's a pair of these. Now I'm just trying to work out which way we go, because I think, do you know what, I'm sure this used to be the grounds of some, because you look at these statues here, and this little wall here with the little thing, and I get a sense that it must have been some grand old house, you know, good couple of 100 years ago or whatever. You know, because it goes all the way down there. You can see statues. Some have got their heads missing for some reason. I wonder what that tells you about the area, eh? I don't know, probably nothing. Anyway, so, well, there's the other Sphinx. Now this video must be going on for about 20 minutes, but like I said, it's not that I'm worrying about it necessarily. I just want to try and I'm trying to improve. It's a bit like that video. Have you guys seen not my video, sorry, I didn't mean to. Have you seen that video that I waffled on about a couple of times called Dream? I've put the link in some of the videos, I'm sure I have. I might try and put the link on my channel. But I highly recommend that you watch it. It's an amazing, beautiful video. I love it, absolutely love it. And anyway, so Dream, like I say, and now I've completely forgotten why I was telling you that. Oh great, sorry, that's gone right out of my head. Why was I waffling on about that? Oh, gold. Sorry, don't know where I was taking that now. That's gone completely out of my head. Right, okay, let's Oh, I think it was about the length of time of the video or something. Oh, that was it. It was like, it was saying in the dream video, artists panic on the inside. You know, when we're trying to improve our craft or whatever. And until we're doing some cool new thing, you know, we sort of, it's the only thing that calms the panic sort of thing. You know, because we don't think we're improving. And I guess that's what it is. I'm just trying to improve, you know what I mean, sort of do better videos and stuff, basically. So I guess that's kind of why I always worry about it, do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, like I said, you know, I'm trying to give you guys a better experience if I can, do you know what I mean, instead of just me waffling on all the time, which is alright for something, I guess. Look at the size of this grounds, look. So, but that, you know, basically, that's kind of why I worry about it a little bit, because I'm thinking like, oh god, is this video going on too long? Am I just waffling on? Is it boring for people? You know, I'm trying to make it visually stimulating as much as I can. You know, that's another reason why sometimes I'll just point the camera and just keep talking and waffling on without me being with my big mush in there. Look at this stuff up here. Oh man, I love, you see, this is why I love those videos as well. I think that's why they're so popular as well, to be quite honest. I think that's why people really, really like abandoned videos and stuff, and sort of derelict building-y things, and sort of things that have just been left in various places that are just, now you wouldn't even know they were there until you actually went and sort of had a look at them, because they're fascinating, they really are. And I think it's just human curiosity and what have you sort of thing. And because I've just spotted something up here and I want to have a little look actually. I don't know how close we can get to it and whether we'll be able to actually see it. I think this is very near where we was just before, but on the other side. So I'm going to have a little walk up here for a minute. And I want to show you, I just spotted something in the trees. Again, which I was just intrigued by. I'm thinking, you know, because I don't know if they're, that's the other thing as well. You know, are they in the original, you know, spot sort of thing? Is that where they originally were, part of something else, and now the rest of it has gone and just these remnants remain? Or have they been moved there since from somewhere else? In fact, we can kind of get through up here. Look, you see these two things here? Again, I don't know what they are. And I don't know if that's their original position or whether they've just been moved there from somewhere else and they were part of something. Yeah, hang on. See, look, it says something. Gates. What does that say? C-I-N-T-R-A. I can't put, with my dyslexia, you see, that's the other thing, being dyslexic, if you write that just in the normal way, from left to right, I'll be able to read it more than likely. I'm surprised I can read gates actually. But what does that say then? C-I-N-T-R-A. I'm trying to put it together and I can't. I'm really struggling. What? Sinter. That doesn't make any sense. Sinter. No. That can't be right. Ah, something gates. Right, so I think I've established that they're definitely not the original spot. They've been put here. And just get up there a minute. Oh, in fact, look where we are. I'm on the other side of that thing where I was trying to get to these originally. It's those things I was looking at before. Oh god. But yeah, they're metal by the look of it. They look metal, I think. Yep, it's metal. But I can't... What does that say? C-I-N-T-R-A. Sintara. I don't know what that says. I can't read it. I'm sorry, I can't. And if that's embarrassing or people think I'm thick and stupid, then fine, that's your whatever. It's also mine as well a little bit, because obviously I have a bit of what's them around that. Look, there's the other one there, look. So they were like gate posts. You can see where the gates probably were attached to those flanges at the side there. When I say flange, I don't know what the actual technical term for that is. Okay, let's go back down. Oh, God, blimey. Yeah, so Anyway, like I said, the thing is that I like to explore things like, well, like Adam the Woo does and like other people do. See, look at that over there actually. What's down there? And see some more structure down there, but it's all overgrown. And see, I don't know if you can get in there though. I'm going to go and have a look anyway. I'm going to investigate. Let's go and investigate, people. Let's go and see what's down there. Shall we just walk round, or shall we just go across, I guess, isn't it? Why walk round? We can go across. I'm just trying to avoid these people. I just didn't want to get them in the shop necessarily. No, I'm a funny so-and-so me sometimes. Right, anyway, let's go and see if we can... I don't think we can get in there. It'd be nice if we can, to be quite honest. But I don't know so sure we can. Anyway, hang on, let me just get down this slope. Oh, it's a bit muddy, you see. It's a bit muddy. It's been rainy and it's been wet. It's funny, when I was a kid I loved the mud. You know what I mean? I loved being... I didn't mind getting dirty as a kid and being sloppy mud and getting wet and dirty. But now as an adult, I hate it. I hate getting muddy and dirty. Right, look. So like I say, you see, you can picture that this must have been at one time some big grand old house. And this would be the... You know, just imagine on the top of there, where that white thing is, say, for instance, right? And you can imagine on the top there must have been some big grand old house, maybe. Now, I'm just making assumptions, I don't know if that's the case or not. That's what it reminds me of. That's what I think of when I see it. Whether that's the actual situation or not, I don't know. Now, I wonder... I think this is all fenced off, you see. Which is a bit of a shame, really, because it'd be nice to be able to get in there and film it, and because it all looks, again, it's all sort of looks that abandoned sort of... Oh, at least you can see through the fence. Oh, there's a big hole in the fence actually. Look, see, look at this. Shall we go inside? I mean, it is fenced off, but there is a big hole in it. But hang on, let's have a look. Right, we're going in. We're going in. So there we go, look. See, I love all this sort of stuff, so it makes you wonder, what was it and what was it for? You know? Oh God. It's really overgrown though as well. But look at this. Obviously a bit of graffiti over there, look. So, but look at these stairs all overgrown. Yeah. And there's stairs, it carries on up there as well. But you can't go up that way because there's a fence around the top of it. So you're not going to be able to get back out that way. So, right, okay, let's go back this way because there's not much else in there, really. It's not like we can go anywhere with that. You've basically seen all there is to see. So, okay. Right, this is one heck of a long vlog. But, again, like I say, I'm trying to work out the sort of best ways sometimes of doing these things. Now the thing is, basically I'm thinking, well, all you guys are going to see now and here is me waffling on a little bit, and at the moment so I'm going to stop it for now. I'm going to head in that direction and see where that takes me and what it takes me to, if anything interesting, and we'll do another little vlog. Right, so this is Paul Ashton reporting for reporting for Ash News at Crystal Palace. Oh, useless. Right, okay. Cheers, guys. See you later. Bye for now.